You're now listening to From the Land to the Sand, the podcast where real estate lifestyle and local stories meet right here on Florida's Gulf Coast. I'm your host, Justin Jameson, realtor, dad, coach, and your guide to life between the palm trees and property lines. Let's get into it. Today on From the Land to the Sand, we're sitting down with Powerhouse in the mortgage world who's made his move from the Windy City to the Gulf Coast and brought the hustle with him. Leon, better known as Leon the Loan Officer on Instagram, top producing mortgage professional with MVM Group powered by New American Funding. He's built a brand that's equal parts relatable, reliable, blending family, faith, and finance into everything he does. In this episode, we're going to talk about what it's really like to relocate, rebuild a business, how he uses content to educate and connect, and what drives him as both a professional and a father. And yes, of course, we got to end it off with some Chicago and Cleveland sports talk and finish the ultimate debate, MJ or LeBron. Leon, welcome to the show.
Appreciate you for having me.
Absolutely, absolutely. So let's get into it. Let's talk about your Chicago to Florida journey a little bit. What sparked that journey?
So really, it started with my grandmother moving down from Chicago to Miami. Part of the logic behind that was, bigger city, bigger problems.
Mm-hmm.
Keep me away from certain lifestyle.
Absolutely.
And just kind of, in search of better for me and for them,
Mm-hmm.
right? So Florida is a much smoother lifestyle than the hustle and bustle that comes from Chicago. That's kind of the biggest thing. So my grandmother came down first. Maybe 6 months later, a year later, we came down. We went to Miami. Then in Miami, we didn't last long. It was maybe 4 or 5 months.
Yeah, Chicago to Miami, that's a little bit
It's a culture shock.
Yeah.
The real culture shock is Chicago to Naples.
Yeah.
Especially during
Much
that
smaller.
time, which was before Naples had really developed.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, ooh, what am I supposed to do here?
Right.
But it's cool. I appreciate it now more once I've gotten older. I like the quietness of Naples than the sound 24/7 of a big city.
Mm-hmm.
So it has its perks. I enjoy it. It's paradise, literally.
Yeah, definitely is. Hey, it's a distinct difference from those Chicago winters, I'd say.
Oh, 100%. Look, until you've been outside and you just kind of wipe your nose because it's a little runny and pour instant blood, you don't know what it is to be in cold.
Look, people don't realize that the cold from being on a Great Lake and the cold from being off of a Great Lake is a completely different thing. You can be in an outer city suburb away from the lakes, and the cold is completely different. It's actually kind of manageable. If you're like in Columbus, say Columbus to Cleveland, if you're in Columbus, it's cold, but it's not like being on the lake. It's completely different. The wind chill off the lake it's real. It's real.
Yeah, the is really what kills you.
Yes.
It'll send shivers through your back
Absolutely.
every time it hits you.
I remember walking to school as a kid and feeling that wind on your face, and it feels like needles are hitting your face,
Yeah.
and you just live in a place. You're just thinking, why do I live in a place where the wind hurts my face when I walk?
Have you ever done a cold plunge?
Oh yeah,
Okay, so
I've
it's
jumped in-
basically living in that for 6 months.
yeah. We were crazy enough. So I'm from the day when Ohio State still did their the Mirror Lake jumps on during Michigan week, and that's not even in the dead of winter. That's like right before Thanksgiving. So end of November, like right before it really starts getting cold. Like it's cold, but before it starts getting really cold. And we would do what's called the Mirror Lake jump. So you would run across campus basically naked, like in your underwear, jump in the Mirror Lake, freezing cold, and then you have to climb out.
back.
Yeah, but they stopped that. They don't let us do it anymore, but
They need to bring some of these traditions back, though.
I think they do.
Look, they build character.
They do. They
Yeah.
do.
You don't know what it is to run through freezing cold. You haven't lived life.
Play football growing up? Did you play sports?
So I played a little bit of football. Actually tore my ACL. I just completely had knee reconstruction on a turkey bowl.
Okay.
But in high school, I was a kid that worked.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I worked over sports.
I'll tell you what, football is one of those biggest character building sports, I'll tell you, because you don't know pain until you have to go through a summer two a day. You get there at 6 a.m., and you're there till like 2 p.m. and it's just 100 degrees outside.
Summer
And
day
then,
in Florida.
yeah,
Right.
yeah,
It's 110 degrees outside right now.
yeah. But what kills you is that you go through the season and you start off and it's 100 degrees, but then you get to the end of the season and it's freezing, and you got to put plastic bags over your feet inside your shoes so your socks don't get wet.
Anything under 60 degrees, I'm not playing football. It hurts.
Yeah, yeah.
Anytime somebody remotely touches you, it hurts.
Oh, stingers, that's a whole, it gives you a whole different meaning for a stinger when you're out there in the cold.
100%.
100%. 100%. So tell me, what was the biggest challenge, like building a business? I know you kind of moved down here when you were younger. So, Chicago, you weren't building a business in Chicago, but you kind of came down here. What was the biggest challenge of being in like a new area, building a business, and kind of starting off on your own? I know. Talk about your journey into, mortgages.
So let's start off. I was in banking. I've been in banking now for over a decade. Started off with Wells Fargo, kind of worked my way up. While I did some mortgage related stuff with Wells, I didn't do a lot of the origination side of it. From Wells, I went over and kind of went straight retail banking with Bank of America for a couple of years. And then I had it. I was kind of like at my wit's end. It was one of those things where the bank doesn't necessarily want your best interest. They just want your money, right? So I remember specifically the moment where it clicked for me and I was like, okay, I need to pivot. I was sitting down with a client and I had my regional manager doing a drop-in visit. So he decides to sit in the office with me as I'm taking care of this client. She's giving me her story. We're kind of, uncovering, peeling back the onions, as some people say, and we're going all through her finances. She's telling me she's about 40 grand in credit card debt alone. So she's underwater.
Yeah.
In Bank of America, all these banking institutions, we have pop-up screens with offers for clients. So it can be anywhere from a credit card to a savings account. It just kind of varies on the customer's profile. For her specifically, she had an offer for like a travel credit card. So anytime these come up, we're supposed to make a pitch and make an offer for the client to sign up. And this guy starts like nudging me. I'm like, what? Stop. So we're having a conversation. I kind of give her my best advice on how to create a budget, get her finances back on track, and I send her on her way. There's no need for a credit card here. She's already underwater. As soon as she steps out, he walks behind her, closes my door, and says, why didn't you offer the credit card? My first thing is, why would I offer her a credit card if she's already underwater?
Right.
It makes no sense for anybody in this situation. And he just kind of gave me a rant, and we got into it a little bit, heated debate. And I was like, okay, cool. We left it at that. And the next day, I was already out looking for her. I'd already been flirting with the idea of real estate. My father's been in real estate for 20 plus years. So I would help him on the side, just run transactions. So I had that understanding, but I always prefer numbers. I'm a numbers guy. Right. So makes sense. Let's go origination. I got my license, put in my 2 weeks, started up with the MVM Group. I was actually the first employee for the MVM Group down here. And never looked back.
That's an interesting story because it kind of lends to like the predatory nature of credit card financing, big banks, things like that.
It's kind of mouse game.
And then kind of how you go over to the mortgage side where you can kind of take your business into your own hands, and you can really educate your clients and help your clients and put them in the best position possible instead of just thinking about the bottom line.
There's definitely still a predatory nature to mortgages, right? And a lot of people, I tell a lot of people this, especially when you're getting in, there's so much money in this business that it's easy to get caught up in that, let's make a buck, okay? And if you let that drive you, it's great for short-term business. Like if you want to get in and get out, we saw a lot of that in 2019 to 2022. And now people have dropped out completely.
Yeah.
For that same reason. Nobody cared about long-term care. Nobody, they were just in it for a buck.
Well, that's kind of what was happening in '08. You know,
Yeah.
that's what everybody was doing. They were in there. They were putting all these people into these mortgages that were terrible for them. They knew the drop ball was going to drop at some point.
There was a program back in those days called Smile and Sign. That's literally what it was. And they didn't ask you anything. As long as you had a 720 credit score and you stated what your income was, congratulations, here are your keys. Yeah.
It's a wild time. It was literally like the Wild West. I think one of my favorite movies is The Big Short.
Love that.
And that movie, I've probably watched it like 15 times. And that movie explains it perfectly on like what happened. If you want to understand what happened in the '08 mortgage crisis, that movie, and then what's the other one called? I'll think of it. It's the one that actually went into like the inner workings of J.P. Morgan and like how they were like in the middle of the night. They made up the plan to sell all their stocks in the morning and then push it onto the public. The guy from Heroes in it.
Yes, I know what you're talking about. I don't know why I want to say Boiler Room because I know
it's not Boiler Room because that's what I was going to say. I was going to say Boiler Room, but it's not the Boiler Room. Oh, man.
Think about it.
All right, we'll get back to that.
Yeah.
So you're big on content. You're big on branding on social media. How did Leon the Loan Officer become a thing? And what was the moment that you realized that your brand had traction?
So originally, I was kind of the anti-social media guy.
Okay.
Like I used it for just keep up with friends here and there, post the most random thing in the world. And then it was actually my wife that really made it click for me. There's so many people out there that we can connect with, that you can inspire, educate, help out, that you'll never probably see in person.
Right.
And once I started getting that in my mind, I was like, okay, well, let's make content that's relatable, that people are going to find useful and helpful. And that's my thing, is I want to help you any way that I can, whether it's showing you a new restaurant, showing you a new gym, you know, doing some faith-based stuff, or connecting. That's how we connected. We connected through TikTok, and it was through a golf video.
Yeah, through golf. Yeah, we didn't even connect. Like, we're in the same world, but we didn't even connect through, like, traditional means. Like, I followed you because you were doing golf reviews on different videos, and I was posting a little bit of golf content on my TikTok, too. But, yeah, I mean, that's kind of how connections happen in this day and age. Like,
absolutely,
you're going to connect with people, and it may not even be through your niche. It might be through, like, one of your hobbies. And that's why you have to be so well-rounded on social media to get yourself out there in a bunch of different ways, not just in real estate, not just in mortgages, like post your hobbies. People want to see that you're like a real person.
Basically, social media is now how people get to know you.
Yeah.
Right? So if you're only posting business stuff, that's great from an educational standpoint, but nobody knows who you are.
Right.
Who's Justin? Who's Leon? All right.
Yeah.
If you see me, most of the time it's my kid, I'm golfing, I'm working out, something faith-based. So I'm doing those things. That's how you get to know me. And then you start reaching out, or you like something, and then we start communicating.
Yep.
And once you really start communicating, that's where that foundation starts, and you really get to know people.
Absolutely. It's all big. Social media is the biggest networking tool that you have in your
100%.
arsenal. And if you're not leveraging it, then you're really doing your business a disservice at this point. You know,
100%.
it's funny because I saw a TikTok the other day where somebody was like, I can't believe I'm 45 years old. I never thought I would get into real estate, be 45 years old, and have to become an influencer. And he was like doing TikTok dances at like 50. Like, it's like,
not gonna catch
I'm not going to do any TikTok dances. I'm not really ready to put myself out there like that. But I try and post some funny content, like me trying to squeeze my big ass into little Corvettes and stuff.
That was hysterical.
Yeah. So what's something most realtors or buyers and buyers still misunderstand about the loan process?
That's a great question. I guess you'd have to split it into two sections. So we'll go buyers first. Buyers still have huge misconceptions over down payment and how a mortgage actually works, right? So people look at it as a lot of times it's a means to an end. So you get the people that are shopping for a house on Zillow and they don't know what they qualify for. So then I have to have the abrupt conversation of, hey, I know you want that $25 million house in Port Royal. This is what your budget actually looks like, right? So you can afford a $4,000 payment, not a $24,000 payment. So we have to adjust expectations. People also have this preconceived notion of you have to have the 20% down or a large amount, or you have to be with your employer for X amount of times. What I like to say, every lock has a key, and if we don't have a key, we have a hammer, so we'll figure it out together.
Yeah.
Right? So just making sure that you educate yourself properly. Talk to your local loan officer. I always recommend a local loan officer over somebody that's in a call center somewhere, because you're 9 times out of 10 you're never going to speak to that person again. Right? They're going to transfer you to the next person or the processor, so it's not a hands-on experience. You're not getting true service. Right? So we're going to tailor this to you and what your needs are. I'm going to educate you to make the best decision for yourself. I'm going to go with what you tell me to do, but if you ask me for my opinion, I will gladly give it to you.
Yeah.
I'm also not going to let you drown yourself unless you're hell-bent on it. Then, there's only so much I can do.
Yeah.
And then for the realtor side of it is, I would say, your loan officer is your partner. I don't eat unless we close. You don't eat unless we close.
100%.
So if we come together and we work together as a team and we really educate our buyers, educate them through the entire process of what their finances are, what their homes are going to look like, then we can make a lot more money. There's clients and then there's projects, right? Both of them, any project can become a buyer, and every buyer is ready to go. Okay, so let's take the right step, slow is smooth, smooth is fast. Let's get them set up for longevity. I guess I'll say it with a story. One of my favorite realtors, called me up. He's like, hey, I have a client, doesn't think he qualifies. I don't know if they're really going to be able to do it just yet, but let's get them at least in the right direction. From that one client, we got him pre-approved. We had him a budget. Found him exactly what he needed to in the moment. 5 years later, he's still sending me referrals. We've done 6 transactions. He's built 3 new homes. He's sold 2 of them. He sent me another 5 people who've purchased homes. So we've gotten a total of 9 or 10 transactions from that one guy.
It just goes to show how, building those relationships, showing up with integrity, showing up with honesty, and just being completely transparent with your buyers. You never know who can turn into a lifelong client.
Oh, yeah.
Every deal is important. I've done referral deals for clients that I met 3 or 4 years ago, and they still reach out to me today.
100%.
So, yeah,
every client should be a lifelong client.
Yeah. With a friend of mine right now who's buying, he's in the beginning stages of buying his first home. And he may be a project, but that's okay. Even if you're in that beginning stages and you just want to get into your first home, like, that's a building block. You're building for your future. So,
also, buyer needs to understand is your first home is typically never your dream home.
Absolutely.
So it's
a stepping stone for sure. Yes. Yep. So with interest rates, what they're doing right now, how are you coaching your clients through the fear of, high interest rates, kind of navigating that whole landscape? Because I know that's a big topic of conversation right now is rates.
Yeah. Rates is the big conversation because it's all over media, social media. Everywhere you go, somebody's talking about rates. To be completely transparent, rates don't matter that much. Yes, from a payment standpoint, they do. When we're talking about 2-3 years ago where rates were 2 3s, yeah, it's somewhat of a difference. Historically, we're kind of at that middle point. And the reason I say rates don't matter that much is if you ask somebody what their mortgage rate is, 8 out of 10 times they have no idea.
They have no idea. Yeah, they have no idea.
They just know how much money comes out of their bank account every month, and that's it, right? So I would say the importance of rate is, again, making sure you're in a financial position where long-wise, it's not going to affect you, right? You can sleep tomorrow knowing that you can afford your mortgage. People say that, or people were saying this for a long time, and it drives me up a wall. Date the rate, marry the house. Well, no, it doesn't make sense, right? If you're going to put yourself in a position where a year from now, you're going to hate living in this house, you're going to hate me for putting you into that house, why do it?
Yeah.
Right?
So no guarantee that rates are going to come down. You know, people say that with, you know, the hope that rates may come down in 6 months to a year, but there's no guarantee that that's going to happen. And with rates where they're at right now, when people are saying that, they're hoping that rates come back down to like the 2s and 3% that they were in COVID, and that's not going to happen.
No,
that's not happening.
Anybody that tells you rates are going to come down in X amount of time is lying to you completely. Bold face, lie to your face.
Yep.
We don't know what they're going to do. We have market trends, we can guess, but we don't have a crystal ball that says in November 15th, rates are going to be a 4%.
Right.
Yeah.
What advice would you give someone trying to break into the business in 2025?
As a loan officer?
Yes.
Lead with integrity. Understand that your first year is going to be the toughest, right? Build that book of business and put people first. Yeah. Whatever you're going through, set yourself up to be able to put people first. Make sure that you're not just doing it again to close the deal, get a couple dollars in your pocket. We're living in a time where people don't want to talk about it, but a lot of people are doing some shady things to get qualified again, and they're fudging numbers here and there, and don't do it. It's not worth it in the long run, right? So, again, if you're going to be a lifer in the mortgage industry, build your business correctly. Integrity. If you don't want it to be done to you, don't do it to somebody else.
Absolutely. I tell the same people. I had a buddy of mine from Las Vegas who reached out to me the other day because he's looking to get his real estate license. And I think a lot of people look at real estate and they see the amount of money that people can make, and they think that's going to happen right away.
Yeah.
But it's not. Like, your first 5 years in the business, you're going to make very little money because you're building your business. A lot of the money that you make is going to go back into your business. You got to reinvest. But you also have to be able to live too. So it's tough getting into this business, especially because it's so saturated. There's millions of realtors out there, and when you're starting off, you're going against 30 or 40 other realtors who are in the same market who have much larger marketing budgets and advertising budgets than you do. So it's a lot of groundwork, it's a lot of social media, it's a lot of
groundwork,
a lot of hustle that comes into it, and a lot of people. You see a lot of people fall out of the industry because of that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, even if we look at numbers, in 2020, I think there was 420 plus thousand loan officers nationwide. This year, there's about 95,000.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that kind of goes back and that tells you who was in it for the right reasons, how many people just sold you whatever they get so they can get some money in their pocket and ran.
Yeah.
So the ones that are left, are in it for the right reasons, or have built the longevity to be able to survive, tougher markets.
Yeah. Crazy stat out there when it comes to realtors that I think it's 78% of realtors didn't do a deal last year. Didn't even do a deal last year. And it's that's insane.
Yeah. Oh.
Especially when you have millions of realtors out there in the country.
For loan officers, we typically get 1 to 3 deals max from a real estate agent a year, right? So again, for my new loan officers out there, know as many people as you can, because you're gonna probably get 1 deal a year from somebody.
Yeah, yep. My loan officers eat. I get my loan officers plenty of deals. So
yeah,
we need it. Me and you gotta make some money.
Always.
So you're a dad.
Yes, sir.
We're gonna move into the fatherhood and the motivation. You're a dad. I'm a boy dad. I'm a dual boy dad. 2 boys. Two boys. 10 and 2.
I'm surprised you don't have as much gray hair as I do.
I know, right? I got good genetics though. We got good hair in our family. I got a little bit of gray coming in here.
You know, I've had this gray patch here since like middle school though.
Yeah.
So
see, you started early.
Yeah,
I didn't even grow
was born
facial
with
hair
wigs
until I
on.
was like 30.
Oh no, I've had a beard since 8th grade.
Yeah, no, I didn't even grow facial hair. Like if you look at a lot of my baseball photos from when I was right out of high school, baby face. If I shaved this, I would look like 10 years younger.
No idea what I would look like without.
I don't want to
beard.
know.
Yeah.
I don't want to know. Not at all. So, how has being a father changed your perspective on like life and business?
Ooh. Becoming a father changes everything.
Yeah.
Right? It's the biggest mind shift that happens instantly, and there's almost no way to explain it. Right? So unless you're a father, if you're a father, you understand.
Mm-hmm.
You hold them for the first time, and the world goes away.
Yeah.
Right? So yeah,
It's a weird feeling when you hold your baby for the first time because it's like the fear of like, man, now I have to like keep this thing alive for 18 years.
that's the biggest thing. And for boys on a daily basis just try to end themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was literally saying this yesterday to somebody when my buddy reached out to me because he's looking for multifamilies over in Miami. So I was talking to him. And I'm like, dude, like literally half my life is just trying to figure out how to keep these kids from killing themselves or killing each other. Like, and they're only 2 years old and 10 months old. But like every day, my 2-year-old is just like going crazy off the wall. My 10-month-old just wants to like swan dive off the bed. We have like a 4-foot drop off on our bed because me and my wife are both tall, so our bed's really tall. And he just like wants to crawl to the edge and like swan dive head first off the bed. I'm like, dude, you're crazy. Like, what's wrong?
3-year-old yesterday. He's like, Daddy, come here. I was like, okay. I went over. He's literally on the edge of the bed and falls backwards. I'm like, bro, this is not smart, buddy.
No,
this is not this is not how we live a long life. Yeah.
So, how do you like? Do you ever think about like how you're setting an example? And talk to me a little bit about how like you're being present. You're being a present father, active father, but like how you're setting your example through your business to set your child up for success in the future. Because they're always watching.
Yeah, always. Even when they're not in the same room, they're watching.
Mm-hmm.
Being present is the biggest thing. And as an ambitious person, it's one of the things that I struggle with the most because in what we do, we're never off.
Mm-hmm.
You can never completely turn it off. So you really have to make a conscious effort of, okay, this is my time that I'm going to hang out with him.
Yeah.
And I have to put my phone in a different room,
Yeah.
take off my Apple Watch,
Mm-hmm.
and like, all right, buddy, let's hang out for an hour.
Yeah.
Let's do this. And then also talk to them, I'll let him know we're playing, hey, Daddy's got to take this phone call real quick. Give me 10 minutes. I'll come right back to you.
Yeah.
But if it's his time, it's being dedicated to him. And if it's my time, I wake up, I'm an early bird. So I'm up anywhere between 3 and like 4:30 a.m. every day.
I give you props because I can't do that. I'm not an early bird. I'm not an early bird. But I'm a night owl. I like to stay up late. So I wouldn't be able to. I mean, I would be able to. I just have to go to bed earlier. But like, I just can't find myself going to sleep at like before 10 o'clock or before midnight. Like I'm up past midnight every night. So it's like it's hard for me to really get into that flow. I know all successful business people like to get all their stuff done in the early mornings. It's just
I don't think
I've had a hard time with that.
To be honest with you, why I like the mornings is because it's my quiet time,
Mm-hmm.
right? Nobody's calling me at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
with a fire.
Right.
People have called me at midnight freaking out about their deal that they're going to sign in 2 days.
Yeah.
Right. So I've had that conversation. So for me, it's easier to get uninterrupted alone time
Mm-hmm.
and be able to get into an actual workflow.
Yeah.
And knock stuff out because once 8 a.m. starts, that phone starts ringing and you're going.
Yeah.
Right. So it becomes harder to do the work that you really need to focus in on. So it works for me.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoy it. I've gotten so accustomed that sleeping in is basically 5.
Yeah, see, I mean, I can't sleep past like I wake up. I don't even use an alarm, but I wake up at like 6:37 every day, which is like that's perfect for me. Like
Works.
3, 4 o'clock. I
Are your kids morning kids?
no,
Or they sleep in?
sleep in.
Oh, mine. No.
My kids will sleep until my oldest will sleep till like 2 in the afternoon if you let him. Like he's just like he sleeps all the time.
I get up at 4, and my little guy just like, I usually work out in the morning. He'll just open the door to the garage.
Yeah.
I'm like, what's up, Dad?
Hi, Dad.
I'm like, what are you doing? Go back to bed.
Can I get some apple juice?
Yeah, he's like,
So you're a morning workout person then?
Yeah.
I asked this question on my social media, on my TikTok the other day, if you were a morning person or a night person, because I like to go to the gym around between 9 and 10, like 10:30, after I put the babies down, because it's like I just like going at night. I like getting my day out of the way. I like getting in there at night. It helps me sleep
frustrations of the
too.
day.
Yeah, and then it helps me sleep too. It helps me sleep deep.
I work out at night. I will say I'll get a better, like if I'm lifting heavy,
Yeah.
I'll get a better workout at night, but then I'm not going to bed.
Yeah,
Then I'm up till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning.
yeah.
And since I'm already used to being awake at between 4 and 5, I'm
You're
awake.
not sleeping.
No,
at
I'm
all?
not sleeping.
Yeah.
I'm also a person that doesn't need a lot of sleep. Like I'm okay with 6 hours of sleep. I run perfectly fine.
Yeah.
My wife, on the other hand, if she doesn't get 8, stay away for the day.
Yeah. I can operate on like 6 hours, but I have really bad sleep apnea, so I have to like wear the mask and everything, and so
How do you sleep with that thing?
you just get used to it.
Really?
Yeah, like I can't sleep without it now. Like if I go to sleep without it, like I won't get sleep.
So I try to even do like the mouth tape, and like I will say the nose strips, game changer. The mouth strip, I felt like somebody was suffocating me. I couldn't sleep.
Yeah, it was tough at first because like I would wake up in the middle of the night and feel like I'm not getting enough oxygen, and I'd like rip the mask off. But like after like I don't know, like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, it was just like. But it also the quality of sleep that I was getting before I started using it was so bad that I was like falling asleep while I was driving and like falling asleep like in the middle of the day. Like if we were sitting here talking right now, I'd be like falling asleep. Like
Really?
yeah, and like I would just like and start snoring.
Actually, I had a close friend that also had sleep apnea. This man fell asleep in like the entrance of a nightclub.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh,
yeah,
wow.
and it's like
And he didn't drink.
yeah, no,
was over.
it's because like you when you're in your sleep stages, you don't get into like your deep sleep or your REM sleep, so you're always just like kind of on the baseline. So you don't get any sleep at night. You can sleep for 8 hours and really get like a quality 2 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
So at a certain point, it catches up to you, and you get so exhausted that you're just like dozing off during the day, and you'll start snoring. Like I would literally just start like snoring. Like I would fall asleep at the beach. Like anytime I sat down, out immediately.
Crazy.
Now I do my sleep apnea now, and I don't fall asleep ever, like at all.
I will say sleep is important.
It's so important.
You don't find a way to like really shut your mind off, and that's my biggest struggle when it comes to sleeping. Is get like a decent amount of sleep. I don't care if you sleep for 12 hours or what, you're not going to feel rested. And if you don't feel rested, you can't be there again as a father, as a husband,
As anything, yeah.
as a professional.
It started affecting my business. Like I was messing up in the business because I was just so brain fogged and I wasn't locked in and like super bloated. Like as soon as I got on my sleep apnea, I lost like 70 pounds because of all the fluid that I was carrying around with because I was so bloated and swollen everywhere.
That's crazy.
Yeah, because your body goes into this preservation mode where they think you're basically dying, so it has to like hold on to like all your fat and fluids, and it's just like your body's like not running in its normal rhythm, so it's pretty crazy how it works.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah. All right, so let's talk about the real pressure. Chicago versus Cleveland sports. Full-fledged training camp for the NFL now.
Yes.
So, what do you think about the Bears' chances this season? Did you see that video of Caleb throwing his little tantrum when he couldn't hit the target the other day?
Look, I don't watch preseason for a reason because, again, I will live and die by my Bears. I'll be a Bears fan until my last breath. but the amount of pain and suffering this team has caused me, I won't watch preseason anymore.
Y'all did my boy Justin Fields dirty.
Justin Fields did himself dirty.
Oh, no.
I will say, again,
He's a talented young dude. I think he just needs a plan. He just needs the right place.
He just
needs the right
we are
situation.
great at breaking quarterbacks before their prime.
Hey, same with us. Same with Cleveland.
That's true. You guys
We
are
have a
far behind
jersey.
us.
We have a jersey a mile long of quarterback names. We got rid of Baker, and now he's taking the Buccaneers to the Super Bowl. Well, not really the Super Bowl, but he's at least doing really well with them. I think Justin Fields is going to do well this year.
I think he'll do well. Yeah.
I think he's got Garrett Wilson.
They are the Jets.
They're the Jets. They are the Jets. You're right, but they got some weapons.
Look, on paper,
he's back with Garrett Wilson, Ohio State
on
boys.
paper, Chicago is a Super Bowl contending team.
Yeah.
On the field, we haven't gotten there yet.
It's all about
It's chemistry.
It's chemistry, but it's also about the organization. Like the organization that you bring them into and the culture that you're building in the organization really matters. Like, look at the Chiefs. Like, they can just reload every single year because they have that culture. You know, the Patriots had that culture for a long time. They had Tom Brady, and it was just like the Patriots way. You know what I mean? And they bring you in and they say, like, this is the Patriots way.
Brady was the glue to that team, though.
He was. But he was the culture. You know what I mean? Yeah. He was the one that built that culture, and he came in and he set that example, and everybody followed that lead. They came there knowing that, like, oh, Tom is the setter. He sets everything, and we have to follow that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you have to have that glue. Whether it's the head coach, whether it's the front office, whether it's your star quarterback, whatever it is.
Well, there's always that one person in any team that's really going to make or break you.
Yeah.
LeBron, as soon as he goes into his mode and he's on, everybody else is going to follow.
Yeah, exactly.
Marvel mentality. Yeah. Kobe, when he was on, nobody even wanted to come close to him during practice.
Yeah.
Right? So it's all about having that one person that is able to flip the switch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. It's like the trendsetter, you know what I mean? Like, that person's got to come in, and you got to be able to trust this person for everybody else to follow.
Yeah.
And that's why LeBron has been successful pretty much everywhere he's gone. You know, he comes into an organization, even if they're absolutely terrible. Like, went to Miami, came back to Cleveland. We were absolutely terrible for years, and then we went to 6 straight finals.
Yeah, that's
like, you know, that just doesn't happen overnight.
Yeah, you can't deny LeBron's talent.
Yeah.
He might not be the greatest of all time, but he's definitely
debatable.
I had to throw that shot in.
Yeah. I respect it. I'm a Cleveland guy. I grew up with LeBron, so my dad actually went to the same high school as LeBron. So they both went to St. V. So
that's cool.
I grew up playing against St. V. You know, I grew up in that area. I have a lot of family from that area, that St. Vincent, St. Mary, Archbishop Hoban, the Akron area. So my grandfather taught at Akron University for a long time. So
that's cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
What's been your proudest Chicago sports moment, and what's been your most painful moment?
Proudest is definitely Devin Hester running a back-to-back, right?
Yeah.
So I was cool to just watch in person, and I don't know when or if I'll see it again in that manner, because he's just such a flashy runner, right? He's breaking ankles left and right, and he makes it happen. My worst, it's probably Money Making Mitch throwing 5 interceptions in a quarter. I try to block that memory. I can't remember what game it was, but I remember watching it, and I wasn't even mad anymore. It was like, all right, when your kid does something and they just disappoint you, that's how I felt. I was like, I'm not even gonna
Can't even say anything about it. Just sheer disappointment.
Yeah. What about you? What's your proudest moment, sports wise?
My proudest Cleveland sports moment is obviously the 2016 championship. I remember the second we won that championship, I just dropped to the ground and started crying. Like, I was with a room full of people. I was at a friend's house in Kansas City. I was in school in Kansas City, and I immediately got on Facebook and started like making plans to go back home for the parade. I couldn't make it, unfortunately, because I was in the middle of basketball season myself. But I remember that like it was yesterday. I mean, there's so many Browns moments that are disappointing to me that like
It's hard to
I
pinpoint
honestly
one.
can't pick one, but it's probably going to be the 0-16 season and the 1-15 season back to back. You know,
Fair.
we have a lot of success with, the Cavs have had a lot of recent success. The Guardians have been.
I hate that name, by the way. I can't stand it.
I don't mind it. I don't mind
No?
it. I have Chief
All right.
Wahoo tatted on me. I'm an Indians guy. I love the Indians. I grew up on the Indians,
Yeah.
but I also grew up half a mile away from the Guardians Bridge. I know those statues well. I've seen them go as you go into Cleveland. You drive by the statues. Go into the
Okay.
stadium.
I guess.
So I understand why they did it.
Yeah.
Plus, I have a lot of friends who are Native American, so I understand. I understand everything behind it.
Yeah.
I just kind of try and just like not focus on it. Like I don't really get into the politics of everything. Like I don't care what they're called. Like just win. You know what I mean? Just freaking win. Like
doesn't matter where
2016. So I'm a big baseball guy. So the Cavs winning a championship, yes, but when the freaking Indians lost in the World Series to the Cubs, that really broke my heart. Like that game 7 of that World Series was the best baseball game I've ever seen. The most intense when Rajai Davis hit that game-tying home run in the bottom of I think it was the 8th or 9th inning. When he hit that game-tying home run, it was like I got chills. Like more than any other sport that I've ever, any other sports moment. I'd say that's probably my favorite sports moment. Even though we lost that game,
Okay.
a damn rain delay killed us. But Rajai Davis hitting that home run that just barely went over the wall. Like, I love Progressive Field, or the Jake as we called it when I was coming up. When Progressive Field just like exploded, you could hear them, like you could hear the cheers from like miles away.
Yeah.
Miles away. And, I'm sure it caused like the Richter scale to go off because it was so loud.
Nice.
Yeah, but the Browns are a huge disappointment every year, so it's probably going to be the same this year. But Shador's starting tomorrow, so we'll see. I don't think he's playing with the ones. I think the ones are going to be sitting out mostly, but he's at least getting a start.
This is his moment
Yeah.
to really break away from the pack and see what he's about.
Yeah, so he's got to come out and shine. And I know it's going to be tough because he's playing against the Panthers ones, and it was kind of like we knew that Joe wasn't going to play in the first game.
Yeah.
Gabriel and Pickett going down with injuries. Like, I really think that Pickett's going to be like a non-factor in this. I think Joe's going to start. They're going to keep the rooks, and Pickett will end up being on the chopping block at some point, especially because he's not practicing.
Interesting.
I think that's what's going to happen. But we'll see
it. Yeah, I can see your logic behind it.
I don't think they're gonna have enough invested in the rookies where Gabriel's a third round pick.
Yeah.
So they'll have enough invested in him to keep him around.
Yes.
Shador has a ton of upside, so there's going to be enough for him to stick around.
Yeah.
And
he's also a marketing machine.
Yeah, and he's going to make them a ton of money. Like, he's already like number 1 in rookie jersey sales, and he's a 4th string quarterback. So imagine if he actually does become like the starter and a franchise guy. Like, you got lightning in the bottle there. Yeah. And then Joe's just got that longevity. He's got the notoriety. He's got a Super Bowl. He's got a Super Bowl MVP. He's just, he's been in the offense before. He's won in this offense before.
Yeah.
So I think Pickett's going to be the odd man out. Plus, I do not want to see a quarterback starting for the Browns that wears 2 gloves. It's just it annoys me to no end. If your hands aren't big enough to be able to throw a football without gloves, just don't play. Just retire, please, because that is like crazy. It's like so funny to watch.
It's a wild factor to think of.
I know it is. It really is.
Yeah.
It's just weird. I used to wear one glove on this hand because when I would get the snap, it would always like slide on my hands because my hands would get really sweaty. So I'd wear a glove just to catch the snap. But like throwing with a glove on, it's like swinging a golf club with 2 gloves on. It's like
it doesn't make sense.
Why?
No,
it's just like
weird.
Just look at yourself.
Yeah. Instant judgment, actually.
Instant judgment. Like tiny hands. Whatever. Yeah. All right. And to end it off, I know we got into a little bit, but MJ or LeBron?
MJ all day.
Actually, I do have one more question.
Okay.
If you had to choose one celebrity, one athlete, one business person to have dinner with, who would it be and why?
One celebrity, one business person to have dinner with. Dead or alive?
Dead or alive?
Dead or alive. Okay. I would say MJ.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You going MJ?
Yeah. Because MJ or Kobe would be my 1A, 1B.
Okay.
Right? And it's, again, finding that mentality that drove them.
Yeah.
And being around that intensity. They're both intense guys.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So where most people are intimidated by that, I'm like a fly to the light when it comes to that type of thing.
Yeah.
Right? So just to be able to spend time with somebody that can turn it on like that at any given moment and really like show you what intensity is, that would be my pick.
Nice. All right, so you're MJ guy then.
Definitely an MJ guy.
MJ over LeBron. LeBron number 2, or you got Kobe at number 2?
MJ definitely at 1. I'm putting LeBron. You're gonna hate me for this. At 4.
4 behind who's 3?
Dwayne at 2. Kobe at 3.
D Wade
Yeah.
at 2.
Yeah.
As greatest of all time.
Yeah.
Okay, we gotta end it right there. This is over with. That is crazy.
As a player, I love watching Wade play.
He's a Chicago native though too, isn't he?
Chicago
Yeah.
native.
Yeah.
I love Miami Heat too.
Yeah.
So getting to experience when they won their 3 was cool.
Yeah.
Right. And then it's the same thing. Those 4 players really is the intensity that drives behind them, and that factor of I'm not just going to be good, I'm going to be great.
Yeah.
Right.
I respect it. I don't agree, but I respect it. I think LeBron's number 1. I think MJ's number 2.
Okay.
I think D Wade's a little bit farther down the list, to be honest with you. But
Most
you got
people would. I would. Let's be clear.
He's top 10 for sure.
Most people are probably putting Wade in that 7 range.
Yeah, I was gonna say between 5 and 10, but like right around 7 for sure. I think there's been some, because you got to go with some of the legends too, like Kareem and Will.
Yeah, I'm not counting those. I'm just going personal favorite.
Yeah. When I think of like greatest of all time, I think like impact on the game and everything, and like
I do impact on my life.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So what drove me to? I was a terrible basketball player.
Well, that makes more sense than why you would have D Wade too, because he's a local guy. And you're Chicago to Miami too, so you kind of had that same journey. So
it's like Derrick Rose. I love Derrick Rose as a player. He lasted season.
I wish Derrick Rose never put on Adidas shoes.
Yeah.
I will die on the sword that Adidas shoes are the reason that he tore his ACLs. I'll die on that sword. No, like for real, because I played college basketball, and one of my schools was Adidas, and I wore Nike my whole career and never had knee issues. And then as soon as I put on an Adidas shoe and started running and playing on it, after practice that day, I told I went to my coach and I said, I'm not wearing these.
Really?
Yeah, they felt like I was running on like cardboard. Like it's the same thing with like Lonzo Ball, how he was wearing those BBBs and tore up his knees. Yeah. Like if you don't have that good support in your shoe,
that's true.
Like you're gonna have structural issues in your knees. And I felt like the Adidas's were too flat for my feet because I have high arches.
Okay.
And so if you don't have a molded insole, which I'm sure Rose probably did, but I just didn't like Adidas shoes structurally. Like they did not fit my feet well. They didn't feel comfortable, and they tore up my knees. And I still have knee issues to this day because of them. I never tore anything, but like I was close. All right. I was close. I wore Nike running shoes when I was playing.
There's no way you're playing basketball in Nike running shoes.
I look at the shoes that I wore. They're gold and black running shoes. They're like Nike Vapors or some shit. Like they weren't even basketball shoes. They were They were straight running shoes, but they were so comfortable. That's what I wore.
How did you not roll your ankles?
I wore low tops my whole career.
Really?
Yeah, I never wore mids or highs. Always wore lows. I always liked playing in lows. And I never had Achilles issues. A lot of people blame a lot of the Achilles issues in basketball right now on people wearing low tops, but I never had any Achilles. I had more Achilles issues when I wore tape on my ankles than when I wore low tops.
Yeah. Well, tape is terrible for you.
Yeah.
Right? Tape is post-injury.
Yeah.
You're just trying to get through the game.
Yeah.
But if you're taping your ankles before you start playing, nah.
Like taping and ankle braces only weaken the structure of your ankles,
Absolutely.
I think. So like I never wanted to do any of that. And when you roll your ankles, like I would just play through it, you know, like if it's like super bad, then obviously you got to take time off. But like I always had like minor little tweaks.
Yeah. I went through a phase where I rolled my ankle anytime I played.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a solid 6 months that if I
Every
played,
time you roll it, you're more likely to roll it again because
Yeah.
like the structure of your ankle is weakened.
yeah.
So you
I read
just got to
somewhere
do
it's better for you to break your ankle than roll it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then you just we did a lot of band structural work with with your ankle. Like you put your ankle in a band and you kind of
Yeah.
do the workouts forward and backwards and side to side just to get that structure back.
Definitely. That makes sense.
Yeah.
People underestimate the importance of like having a solid foundation and just really going through the little tedious things that aren't really flashy or cool to
It's
do.
everything. Foundation is everything in business, in life, in sports. Like doing those little things every single day to build up that foundation is what's going to create ultimate success. And it's not going to be glamorous. It's not going to be fun. It's going to be pretty boring at times. But
Yeah.
you got to really buy into the process. Like love the process more than anything.
Yeah.
Because if you're just in it for the results, you're going to burn out. So you got to love the process. You got to love the grind. You got to really sit into the tough times and know that the tough times are probably the best times because that's where learning happens.
Well, you can never enjoy good times if you don't have bad times.
Exactly. Yeah. So you'll get to the good times and you'll look back and you'll be like, damn,
Was it that bad?
those bad times weren't that bad.
Yeah.
You know, because now look where I'm at.
100%.
So, you know, I've been through good times. I've been through bad times. I got drafted out of high school, made some mistakes, got through them, played college ball, had a great time, caught some injuries. But, you know, I never really gave up. Just keep pushing. And you just find new avenues to succeed.
Yeah.
You know?
Love it.
Take advantage of every opportunity you're given.
Got to make the most out of everything.
Absolutely. All right, man. Well, I think that was a great episode. Thank you for coming. Tell everybody where we can find you at online, on socials.
So on socials, I'm Leon the Loan Officer, or Leon at Leon _ the 2 E's _ loan officer. And you'll find me on mostly Instagram and TikTok. I do Facebook, but don't message me there because I hardly ever see them. Right? But other than that, I'm always in my Naples office, or you can find my phone number on there too. We'll put it on the video. Reach out to me, text me. If I can help in any way, I'm always happy to.
Absolutely. If you have any questions, obviously, mortgage-wise, funding, anything like that, reach out to my guy. He's the best in the business. He'll have your best interests at heart. That's a wrap for today's episode. From the land to the sand. Huge shout out to Leon from MVM Group, powered by New American Funding, for sharing his journey, his insights, and some good conversation along the way. If you found value in today's episode, don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a review, share it with someone else. Keep chasing your dreams. Until next time, stay grounded, stay grateful, and keep chasing that sunshine. Peace.